Scott, your organization purchased 250 East Wisconsin Avenue building. Given the large capital expenditures needed to upgrade that building, some have spoken about that acquisition or had interest in that and talked about it as the purchase of a parking structure where they throw the building in with that, when you can buy maybe that parking structure income at about a 6.25 cap rate, so I was told. So with that said, what you might have is a really low basis in an office building if you can allocate most of that cost to the parking structure and get a reasonable return. Tell me about your CapEx and what you're going to do with what might be a B or B- building to reposition it in the marketplace. Obviously, it's a fairly vacant building as well. I think you're, 45% occupied or something like that, if that?
I think your characterization relative to the parking garage is pretty accurate. We perceived a lot of value in the parking facility as an immediately cash flowing asset. It requires a significant amount of repairs, but it's been underperforming as well. The relatively large proportion of the value of the transaction that we allocated to the parking garage did result in an extremely low basis in the office building. And that allows us to invest a considerable amount of capital in virtually every aspect of the office building in order to upgrade it. And our niche market is kind of A-, B+. We want to be less expensive than the A buildings, and we want to be a little more expensive than the B, C buildings, so that we can entice tenants to either save some money coming from the A building or spend a little more money coming from a B or a C property. And we are investing multiple millions of dollars into the project. We're redoing virtually everything: the main lobby, the exterior entrance, the retail spaces, all the common corridors, adding amenity centers, fitness center, Wi-Fi room, lounge, that type of thing. It's going to be a completely different type of project when we're done with it.
So when we looked at the survey results that Tracy put up, the least strong of the markets, as perceived by the audience here, was the office market. And there hasn't been a real robust B-type or maybe B+ space, which is where you're looking to position this market. Do you have faith that the currently vacant space, or what gives you faith that the currently vacant space, as it comes to market, will get leased?
Well, one, we think it's going to be a very attractive project, but every project says the same thing. It's a small bite. We've got 200,000 square feet of office space. We underwrote it more conservatively than leasing up all 200,000 square feet. And frankly, it's a gross absorption game for us. There's a significant amount of gross absorption in downtown every year. We only need to pick off a small sliver of that gross absorption for someone who's looking for a different type of experience in order to be successful in our leasing.
Great, thanks.